think similar. I kind of thought a lot about. I thought a lot about this side of the conversation, this side of questioning, and how I might approach it. I came up with several sides to that kind of this kind of discussion, and there's a different side that I'm not sure if you've ever thought of or if you actively think of, but so you've got a lot of friends, a lot of family who've served, you know, a lot of people close to you that have involvements, and other people that have served in their families and stuff. I get that feel. Like, I mean, I haven't been there and visited them all, but they're definitely there. So they are an immediate audience, and they're an audience that can hear. So you said as long as you veil it in song, you can say whatever you want. They can hear your stuff straight away. Knowing that audience is there, does that have an impact on the way you express, do you think?
Yes.
Yeah. Going hard and deep now. Like.
It does. What's the best way to explain it? Knowing that this group of people are going to hear these songs, they're going to get it right away. They're going to get it. They're going to know what it is. They're going to know what it means.
Nice.
And then take those same group of songs and you put them in whatever, a high school setting, they're going to take away something completely different, right? Completely. And they're going to say, well, I'm struggling with my life right now. This song means something to me in a different way, right? Oh, now I'm fucking suicide bear or whatever. You know what I mean? So they're like...
That's universality, the idea of universality of lyrics. Anything strong enough will do what you're just saying. So different audiences will pull different things. But these are powerful audience. This is a powerful audience set we're talking about, you know, your military audience.
And the thing is, like, the songs, they can go from any genre and any wave of thinking, right? Like different, even like down to the frequencies that the songs have. Like they're so different, but from the front to back of the album, one listen all the way through and you're like, whoa, this is a story, you know? So it's like, wow. And like,
so, even language, man.
It's the universal language, but it's also the 420 code. Those kids will get it. You know what I mean? They'll be like, oh, fuck. This, yeah. And then they'll key it up with the Wizard of Oz and a time and when the lion roars. Yeah. So it's going to be like that.
So for me, even the language that you use, so, and this just might be an American, not American thing, but I'm a pretty wordy guy, right? Like my vocabulary is, don't let the way I speak for you people. My vocabulary is, you know, pretty strong. I'm standing next to anyone. I had to look up the word reticle. You know, in Lonely Rules, you talk about the target reticle behind, and I was like, is that a real word? Is that just Adam making these up again? Yeah. I know. Yeah, it's funny because you look it up and there's actually 2-3 words that all sound very similar, and they're all legit. Reticule, rectical, reticle, like it comes up, and I was like, of course that's what it is, you know. The actual markings on the crosshair and stuff. Yeah. I had no idea. So it makes me think, you know, what other little codified things are there in all these songs that a military audience is going to understand far differently to me, and I made the fucking stuff, you know, like it's an interesting thought.
And then you think about the whole stanza of counting the blood on the rocks, right? When, you know, they came to America and just killed everybody right at the shoreline, you know, when they were colonizing America, you know.
We had a very similar thing here, so it's definitely a lot of this going on at the time.
Colonization.
In an evil way, you know, like there's a saying over here, the indigenous crew over here have got a saying, and it's sovereignty never ceded. Now there's a very important kind of in a historical legal context, there's a very the idea of, you know, trying to suggest that sovereignty was ceded by the locals. And it's like, no, no, they didn't. Not for a second. Not for a second. Like I think I think this speaks to our politics, right? We are about honest truth telling. You know, like honest truth telling. That's a freaking double positive.
Right.
But truth telling, right? Like it's, you know, the way to improve, the way to develop is to put things on the table, talk about them, and you know, come to reasoned conversation to come to an agreement. And that's supposed to be what our whole Western political system is about. And
Should be.
you know, yeah, it should be. And now it's, you know, the ridiculous cult of personality. I put on my blue football jumper, you put on your red football jumper, and we all go play the game and cheer for our team. Like, fuck that.
Right.
I think that I hope is something that comes through on the album, is that, I think it does, is that, you know, there are far more important things than screaming for your team. You know, having real conversations about real issues. You know, that's if we stop doing that, which I feel we have, then what's left? What's left? You know, and what sort of a disservice do we do to the people whose service, you know, we are thanking them for? What sort of disservice are we doing to those people if we're having them put life, limb, and blood on the line for ideals that aren't reasoned and are fake? You know, like it's just disgusting. You know?
It's the mentality of I'm supposed to thank you for your service, but I couldn't fucking be bothered because I've got things to do. So I'm going to make that gesture. And it's the same thing as like what's going on today. Like you got to put your almost every workplace here, you have to put your pronouns in your email signature, which is fine.
On that, I heard someone describe that for me. I can't remember who they were. The description was that in terms of the actual pronouns themselves, no one really cares.
Right.
It's just the fact that you've put them in there is like a signal that, hey, we're cool. I can get behind that, you know, like I don't think that's prescriptive. I don't think it's asking people to believe in it. It's just a way of saying, you know, it's okay. We're cool. You know, is that such a bad thing? I mean, look, we're getting into it. Whoa, we're getting into a bigger conversation, which we probably don't go anywhere near, because you know, these are heartfelt issues that alienate some people. But I think
they're
talking pronouns is to ignore and focus on that is to ignore a basic human issue. You know?
Right. And that's the point I was trying to make, is taking away the bigger problems to focus on a smaller locality issue, I think is not the right answer.